I wanted to ask you about the
Yeah.
running back room. Obviously, with the addition of Michelle, like it seems pretty loaded. How do you see that? Is it competition, or just using those guys in different ways?
I think a lot of it is, you know, having as many good players as you can in the position is not a bad thing at all. That's what we're looking for. Having guys with a broad skill set for the position. So really, we look at it just having guys with the talent to do the things we require at the position. And when the greatest thing about being in Miami is players who want to come here and be a part of it. So we've just been really fortunate through the process of how many guys really envision themselves here, see a fit, and with us, and we also see a fit in our with our needs. So yeah, Tony's been a great addition. We're lucky to be able to get him. My kids are actually going to be attending the same school he went to, so it's been pretty cool from that capacity. I've actually been asking questions about American Heritage.
See each other in the pickup line or something.
Yeah, exactly. I think he said his daughter's going there too.
I want to ask about also Eric Azukama, adding him as a wide receiver. What did you guys like?
Yeah. Oh man, it was with Wes's background with the school. I mean,
Yeah.
It was kind of like here we go. But yeah, physical wide receiver, playmaker, great with yards after the catch. I mean, a lot of what we're looking for, physical competitor. So the greatest thing you're looking for at the position is guys who have a broad skill set and especially a physicality and a toughness position. And he demonstrated that all over his tape.
Frank, you're about halfway through this off-season workout program. I guess as an offensive coordinator, what is like your overarching kind of goal for this period, and what would you view as a successful off-season workout period?
Sure, great question. I think like for us, especially this time of year, as we're not prepping for an opponent, you're really prepping to play the position and maximize your skill set. And for many ways, like guys just learning the way we see it, playing their position inside of the system. So I think a lot of times people rush into the playbook because you feel that desire to get that down, as opposed to you learn the fundamentals that will transcend all the way to the Super Bowl. Your final goal is February. You got to build the foundation now to lay the to build the skyscraper you're looking to build on top of it. So that was an analogy that always made sense to me. Is like you want to build a tall, strong building, you got to start with a strong foundation. That's what we're trying to do now.
So, Frank, when you're installing a new playbook, a new scheme, a new staff, like at what point do you hope to see the light bulb start to turn on for you guys?
I mean, it's interesting you say that because I always go back to when I got to the Saints. We always talked about, I remember the story they always told about Marcus Colston, and at this time of year they were kind of like, he's the 7th round draft pick, and they were kind of, and it was right around training camp. The lights really came on for him. You really started seeing the players. So I think this time of year, the worst thing you can do is rush to conclusions, rush to judgment, because right now we're in a really introductory phase to what we want to accomplish with them, and that's learning how to play their position and learning the skill set necessary. So like right now you see glimmers like different guys, just aspects they're understanding and seeing how they fit into the overall system. They're one piece of the entire offense, what we're trying to do. So I think each guy gives different glimmers to as they go, and then the real measure is when we get to training camp and we start really putting pads on and playing football for real.
Frank, what have you learned about Tua since the start of the off-season program?
Man, one, getting to know him as a person has been awesome. Just his sense of humor, how competitive he is, just all the makeup that you're like, what he's been able to get to this point. You're like, wow, what a strong foundation as a person, because that's drastically important. And then two, just his ability, like in the vet mini camp, and what he was able to do from play out, his communication skills, his command of the offense, his ability to really accomplish what we're looking to play at the position. So it's been all great so far. We're really encouraged. And then you just see his ability to process and his accuracy. Like, it's been really, really, just impressive just from in this short period of what he's able to take from one day to the next, then to the next week, because we see the growth sometimes, as coaches from, week one of off-season phase 2, and now this is the last week, and now we're working into the last evolution. So, I mean, from a fundamental standpoint of playing the position, from a leadership and communication standpoint, also associated with playing quarterback. Everything's been extremely optimistic.
How much confidence does that give you as a coach to be able to throw even more than maybe you even thought at him early on?
A ton, but I think it always goes back down to what are we trying to accomplish in this phase, this early part, because I think unfortunately I've done this a couple times with new staff, so it's like knowing the challenges. And I think the really unique thing that Mike is doing is that we are laying the foundation of how to play their position and the skill sets required, the tools necessary, so that when you want to start challenging with scheme later on, they have the foundation and techniques and fundamentals to be able to fulfill that later on. So it's like, you're teaching, how to punch and, how to give the freaking judo chop before you go straight to dojo fights, all right, in the Valley Karate Championship. So
The crane doesn't come out yet? Or?
not yet. No, that's a finishing move, man. You don't do that right away.
Where is he from a physical standpoint in terms of what you guys need to play that position?
Oh, physical has been fine. I mean, the one unique thing with him is his ability to play with fundamentals and accuracy of the ball. So, I mean, this time of year we're working the whole route tree, all different concepts, and all the things necessary for the wide receivers and for him and the running backs. So the one thing is his ability to on the field process and deliver the football where it needed to go. So from a fundamental skill set, it's been awesome because, the way there's many different philosophies to how you approach this time of year, and then the way we're doing it is really letting them understand their piece of the puzzle, and then especially with the quarterback playing the position, playing it fundamentally sound, and using your eligible receivers to play it, and they know how they fit in the puzzle, and all that working together has been great, because I just think the one thing that this time of year allows us to, without playing versus anyone, it just allows you to really master the things that you can rely on when it counts in September, October, November, all the way into February.
What are your impressions of his arm? Have you got an idea of what you can and maybe can't do vertically?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that we're limiting ourselves in anything. He's actually done a great job of, every day presents different, routes, different things we're trying to accomplish with the receivers. So I would say that everything we've done so far has been extremely optimistic, because there's certain things in our progressions and reads, and his ability to move throughout his progressions has been awesome for a guy just really being in the system for a month.
Frank, where does Sony Michel, sorry if you were asked this already, where does Sony Michel fit into this running back room? It feels like one of the deeper positions on the team before he got here.
Yes.
And with him, just wanted to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, we are looking for depth of very good players everywhere. So the fact at which him becoming available due to him being from here, his desire to want to play here, and a system that really features a running back skill set, because the greatest gift that we have is the resume of the system speaks for itself for running backs. So a lot of the guys through the offseason, their desire to play here coincided with our wanting to have him here. So I think that for him, his skill set and just evaluating him in the past, it was a perfect fit for what we're trying to do, and just the availability and everything. It worked out because as a running back, I mean, we look for complete backs, and it was great that it aligned and that he really had a mutual interest as we did.
This is the Big O Show.